So if you're a crazy hair nerd like me, you're probably wondering what the difference is between all of these different blow dryers, between the Revlon and then all the different off brands that we're seeing on Amazon. So I actually think I found some answers to these questions, so keep watching if you want to see what I've discovered. I'm also going to give you an in-depth tutorial of how I use this because the last video I did was a little bit quick, so I want to make sure I break it down for you and make it a lot easier for you to do at home. Last time I reviewed for you the Revlon one-step dryer and volumizer, and that was the actual real brand. I'm going to link that below for you if you want to buy that. And then also today I'm going to review and give you a tutorial on one of the off brands that I find on Amazon, and I'm going to link that for you below. So if you're trying to figure out which one to get, you can check out both of them in the description below. Alright, so I'm excited to show you how this thing works, so let's get right into it. Alright, so I'll first start by showing you a few of the key differences that I see just in the packaging and little differences that I see on the different products themselves. And this is the Revlon. So you can see it has the Revlon logo here. And then it also has like a little bit darker pink, I noticed. This is the non-brand one. So this is what they look like together. They look pretty similar. So if I look at the back of these two, they have different places where they put the heat settings, and then also like you have a pink bottom on this one and then you have a black bottom on this one. So it looks like almost there's like a manufacturer who makes these and then sells them to different brands to have them kind of tweaked for their specific brand. This one doesn't have any name on it at all. You can see the back looks a little bit different there. And the other thing I noticed was at the top of them, they each have like a different shaped handle. I kind of like the Revlon one a little bit better just because it's more to hold on to when you're actually in there styling. This one just has a little bit more stretched out handle with a little bit less surface area right there. Other than that, I can't think of any other differences that I see on these. Both of them have a swivel cord. Both of them have little vents in the back right here. One's just down here and then one is more visible on the side. Also, one thing that I have noticed too is on the off brand, they have different settings. So on the Revlon, I see off, cool, low, and high. And the cool setting is really great for setting the hair. So after you get it smooth with the heat, you use that cool setting to make sure it sets in and reduces frizz as well by kind of laying down that cuticle. And on this one we have, so this is the off brand one, and we have high, middle, low, and off. I'm interested to see if the low is actually like their cool setting, and I'm interested to see how each setting kind of compares. I almost feel like they're going to be all the same settings except for they just have different names. So that's kind of my theory. I'm going to go ahead and test it out. So in my last video I used the Brazilian Blowout Straightening Balm, and you can go ahead and check that out. I'll link that below if you want to use it. This time I'm going to use, this is a Relaxer Moisturizing Fluid by Davines. So I'll do a close-up of that for you. Okay, so as you saw in that first video, I did this first step of just rough drying my roots. And it's important to note that if you have curly, extremely curly hair, there's not really a way for you to get super close with just using this. So that's the reason that I do blow dry the roots first, just rough dry with my hands. But it's super easy to do. It's not like you're trying to get it smooth with this blow dryer. You're just trying to get your roots a little bit stretched out with your fingers instead of having to worry about getting as close as possible with that tool. Okay, so I just rough dried my hair, so now you can see why it's so important for me to do that, because I have just a lot of hair and it's extremely frizzy when I blow dry it. So that's why I wanted to make sure I stretched out those roots first before I go in and start smoothing. So now I'm going to go in and start smoothing, and the first thing I want to do, since I have so much hair, is I want to clip everything I'm not working on in that moment out of the way. This is especially helpful if you have a ton of hair because it makes it so much less overwhelming to blow dry your hair at home. So I already brushed my hair out, so that's why I'm not doing a ton of strokes with this to kind of get the tangles out because I've already done that before. But if you haven't already done that, you want to just take a few strokes, just natural strokes like this, just like you're brushing your hair, to make sure that you groom out all those tangles before you go in and start trying to twist it to get that tension. Okay, so I was just using the high setting right there, and as you can see, it works exactly like the Revlon. So I think that my theory is correct that these are all the same exact tool, maybe little tweaks to the design and appearance of the tool, but they actually all work identical. And I like to turn it off in between each section because if I don't, then the heating plate gets extremely hot because it has constant heat blowing on it all the time. So this kind of gives it a second to cool down without having to use a cool shot just to cool the tool down. So just for a blow dry tip in general, I generally like to take this top section, especially if you have a problem with your roots laying super flat because you have so much weight at the bottom of your hair. I like to take the top section and raise it directly up or pull it forward. So then for the flat part, I'm going to put it directly on top, roll it back, and continue to just do little tiny movements and turns until you reach the end. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and release it at the bottom. Sometimes you can let it cool right here before you play with it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and flip it and push it forward a little bit. So as you can see, it looks pretty identical to the original Revlon, and it also works exactly the same. The only difference I would say is, of course, there's a couple little style differences, and then there's differences in the names of the settings, but they seem to work exactly like the settings on the Revlon, they just have different names for them. So it's pretty gorgeous and amazing. I am so in love with this tool. I actually cut my hair because I was so confident that I could style it more. When you have curly hair, you never want to straighten and style your hair because it takes forever. It takes a straightener, a blow dryer, all these products to get it so nice and smooth. But I was confident enough with this tool to cut my hair because I knew that if I didn't like it curly, I would be confident that I could style it if I wanted to, probably every day or every week, however often I wash it. So I love this tool. And now I kind of regret being so kind of prissy about store-bought products that aren't professional products, because this could have really helped my clients out at home. So if you're still following me and you were a client of mine, pick up this tool, you're gonna freaking love it. So I was looking at kind of all the fine print on the box, and it says patent pending on the very bottom of the Revlon one. So I feel like that's probably the reason why there's so many of these brands and non-brands putting out this dryer for such a low price. They don't have the brand name behind them, so they can charge a lower price for probably the same exact item with just minor tweaks to it. So I think we've pretty much figured out the mystery with this blow dryer thing. And either way, I freaking love it. So again, I'm gonna provide links for you below. I'll provide the one for the actual Revlon brand name if you don't wanna waste your time and don't wanna risk it, and you're kind of teetering on the fence between trying the off-brand or trying the actual Revlon brand. I'll provide that link down below, and then also I'll provide one that I know works, and you can go ahead and find it on Amazon. It's very inexpensive, free shipping, 2-day shipping, Amazon Prime. It's amazing. So I'll provide both of those links for you. If you're teetering on the fence between whether to buy the Revlon one or the, lesser brand Amazon version, I would say they're exactly the same in my opinion. I'm a professional hairstylist, and in my opinion, I say go for the cheapest one because I'm all about saving money. Go for the cheapest one because I really, really believe it's the same thing. I want to know if you've tried this product, and if you have, did you love it? Did you have the same results as I did? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. So if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching, and let's talk again soon.